Hello. It's a dark and rainy night, and you have come across Soulitaire. Soulitaire is a demo, also part of the Wholesome Games, and I believe the Tiny Teams Fuss that happened a couple weeks back, we'll say end of beginning of August, actually. The Steam description for Soulitaire says, open your own cozy fortune-telling cafe. The Soulitaire. Receive your guests, listen to their troubles, lay the cards and divine their future. But be aware, your interpretation will change the fate of their lives. And me, I'm someone who likes Soulitaire. I like it quite a bit, actually. Big fan of Zachtronics, the Soulitaire Conspiracy, just fun little puzzle games that I can play on my downtime. And so I thought, why not give this a shot? The demo is available on Steam right now, or you could watch this. So let's open the door, shall we? November 28th, the opening of Soulitaire. Here's Riona. She seems to be excited for us. Oh, okay, some dialogue options. Hi, Rio. Welcome to the Soulitaire. Or, hi, little half-sis. I guess that's her relation to us. Half-sister, younger. Let's not be too demeaning. She came to congratulate us. Hi, Rio. Our dearest half-sis is ready for action. O mighty mystic with power over the future. That's us, apparently. But the correct term is medium. Not that we have any special powers or anything. At least, we don't think so. But we've got our tarot card deck. Or our magical card deck, rather. That may have the skill to divine the future. With a mysterious backstory. And okay, we've got a spooky cafe in a remote alley. That part's pretty mysterious. Oh, and we have a black cat. We apparently even dressed for the part. But sure, let's start with a test session. Rio's not scared, after all. She doesn't believe in fortune telling. But do we believe in fortune telling? I totally believe in it. I kinda do believe in it. I don't know. And honestly, I'm fairly skeptical. Well, this cafe is now our business. And I'd like to think that we're the kind of owner who believes in the product we're selling. Got that little earnestness to us. So, yeah, we kinda do believe in it. I mean, it's good to have a healthy dose of skepticism, though. But yeah, let's do some divining first. No promises on not accidentally cursing you, though, Rio. But we shouldn't say that to a customer. No worries. So, how does this fortune telling work? Well, in theory, you ask a question. We play the cards, and the cards give an answer. And the question can be anything. So we'll start with something simple, I guess. Great cards. Where should Rio have dinner tonight? Oh, you shouldn't mock the cards, Rio. In fact, the choice of where to have lunch is often one of the hardest parts of my workday. Granted, we don't have the choice to answer that, though. So I guess we'll say it is kinda trivial. Oh, I think the Weavers of Fate might care a little too much about your dinner, Riona. This is a question that involves heavy deliberation. And so that is the question we'll be asking the cards today. Magical card deck. And the soul card. It's blank for now. But we place the cards in a fancy solitaire pattern. And I'm ever so glad that the computer is there to place the cards for me, because I can get a little perfectionistic about making sure they're just right, evenly laid out and whatnot. So the quick tutorial. We have to clear all of these cards before our draw stack runs out. Basic solitaire things. Let's do a quick count, see how many cards there are. So that's 32. There are 40 cards out here. Our draw stack has, I believe... Oh, math is hard. Our draw stack has, I believe, 12 cards remaining. And we can only collect cards that are exactly one higher or one lower than the current discard card. It looks like the numbers go up to 4 currently, but it loops back around to 0. There we go. The ring shows the card values. A 0 or a 2 can go on a 1 card. And so a 0 or a 3 can go on a 4 card. What luck! Our first cards are all 4s and 0s. Let's start with this one. We don't have any cards to place, unfortunately. Oh, wait, we do. That's right. It can bounce back and forth between 4 and 0. Now, we have no more cards to place. So let's draw. And the thing with Solitaire is, of course, you want to keep as many options open as possible. Including some options that are new and unfamiliar. This very special card has no rules binding it. But it draws more things onto our soul card. Well, we don't have anything else that we can collect here, so let's continue. For me, I find one of the most difficult things about Solitaire is keeping track of what you are able to do. Like just now, I could have popped that 4 on the 0, but it slipped my mind, and the game did a little pop to remind me. Luckily, we had another one come right back. Here's another spirit card. Or Norn cards, as their name apparently actually is. Let's collect this one. And more things fill up on the soul card. And here's our last Norn card. It's okay, Rio. What Rio really needs to know is what's for dinner. Well, that's certainly an image. That's not something that we want to regularly show customers. So let's try and stick with just the completed soul card. Make sure they'll return. So the answer to Rio's question, a very relevant question, no matter what she thinks. What's for dinner tonight? The divination begins. And the answer to where should I have dinner tonight isn't an obvious one. It's got a bull's head sandwiched between hamburger buns, that looks like. Ah, yes. Here's the real divination. Interpreting. So what do we see? A buffalo? A burger? Do we somehow see a chicken? This game suggests that our interpretation of these cards will change the fate of their lives. For now, this feels pretty obviously like a burger. Maybe also a buffalo, if you want to look only at the head. but it's kind of hard to see it as a chicken. Let's go with a burger. This is just a tutorial after all. Many restaurants have burgers on the menu, this is true. But which one should Riona go to? After all, the question was, where should I go for dinner tonight? Well, apparently the best burgers are either at Rooney's or at Buffalo's. And so Riona's in luck. Because that certainly looks like a buffalo to us. So, Riona does feel like having a burger. Our cards have good taste. And our cards have apparently garnered us a free dinner. Or they would have if, you know, we weren't a conscientious business owner. We have to show our customers the way to this lost alley. Well, we could divine how many would come. But sometimes it's nice to be a little surprised. It would be boring to know everything beforehand. That's part of the fun of a first-time playthrough, isn't it? So perhaps another day, Rio can treat us to a burger. Tonight, we do business. Create your flyer in 3 steps. Can it be that simple? I see we have chosen to use Adobe's... I forget what that program's name is, but their web resource where you can actually create a flyer in 3 steps. So, how would we like our flyer to look? Make a standard design for free, a fancy design for $10, or a rockstar design for $20. Do we have the money? Can we afford this? Let's try a fancy design. But we don't even have $10. So I guess we're going for a standard design. We used all our money on real estate. Since we have no money, we're back to the standard font. Now, the important part, the copywriting. Do we want something that you can trust in? Something eerie. Or something out of this world? We're also a cafe. So let's be a little mysterious to draw people in. Where does your life's path lead? The secret of your future shall be revealed. I know your destiny. Do you? It looks like we can see all these options, so let's take a look at what the other options are. Do you need life advice? I will help you help yourself. And don't fear the future are reputable options. I talk to the spirits from the future. Love, happiness, fortune now, guaranteed. And fate has chosen you, yes, you, for greatness. Are wilder options. I think let's stick with our mysterious options. I know your destiny. Do you? Seems like a pretty solid choice. Or we hope so, at least. We can only get 5 free clip arts. A scroll with a feather. A deck with a face-up card. A little watch symbolizing past, present, and future. The open eye. Or a hand with lifelines. Well, our fortune telling involves a card deck, so it feels like we should be true to our business. And then our last step, the flyer's text. We can write about ourselves, something about worries in the future, or something about future fortune. Let's see if we can see these options as well. But if the soul card shows something bad, that might be lying. But a positive message is probably a good choice. Oh. We can't go back. We can write that we predict betting outcomes, that all your nice predictions come true, or sometimes luck needs a little push. You know what, that one seems the most promising without actually promising anything. Sometimes luck needs a little push. And then, after we distribute our flyers, hopefully we can help someone with their future. Our own destiny must wait until we've had some shut-eye. Three days later, we haven't had a single customer. It's a little disheartening. Flyers can be hard to promote business with. Here comes a new face. A very unique face, shall we say. Hello. We can sort of see the future. I mean, you are our first customer, Leon. Oh, that is an option we can say. Let's be honest. Shouldn't we have known that Leon would come by today? But we find it pretty weird to divine our own future. Leon thinks we just like secrets. Our flyer is very mysterious. But it lured him here, and that's a good start. So, welcome to the Soulitaire. Leon thinks our shop looks quite nice. Thank you. We worked hard at interior decoration. Would you like a little coffee? We can do tea. Certainly wouldn't want any review to say we don't provide good service. But it does happen that the only tea we have is the only kind that Leon likes. Fate must have conspired. You live in this house too, don't you? Apparently our cafe is at the bottom of a house. People who are a little different live in this house. But Leon is doubting our powers, so we should prove him wrong. Let's convince him. Leon wants to know what the coin will be the next time he flips it. We don't think our cards would like to do that. But Leon says you gotta start with the small stuff. So here we go. Divining heads or tails. We've got a different layout this time. But it can be nice to try and build up the longest chain we can. Well, if it goes back to 0, then let's jump up to 3. There we go. We've got a soul card. Sorry, a Norn card. Let's open these. And those. And since it's a loop, that's actually very handy. It's a small loop, rather. So we can bounce all the way up. Having basically only drawn 2 cards. Well, now that I've reduced it so much. Understandably, we need more. But we locked the last Norn card and we didn't even need to finish out the entire layout. Our soul searching has been completed. The divination begins. Your almost offensively skeptical question was, how will the coin land the next time I flip it? Leon tosses the coin. The soul card has an answer to your question. This time it's very obvious. Do we see heads or tails? Well, we see a skull, which I suppose is a head and is definitely not tails. Let's go with that. And the coin was heads. Leon thinks we should use our powers for money earning in a different way. But he's not convinced because our prediction had a 50-50 chance. Of course, he was the one who asked it. He's expecting a text from his mom. And of course, what everyone's afraid of. Is it good news? Is it bad news? Is it possible for us to find out? And so out goes the cards again. This time the ring has gone off by 1. We now have 6 numbers to cycle through. Ah, that's right. We can't jump from 4 to 0 anymore. That tricky having to remember solitaire limits hits again. But this gives us a nice way to clear out a bunch of cards. Well, the easier thing to do here would be to go from 2, 3, 4, 5, because that lets us clear out all of those. And now with the 5, we can go back down. Oh dear, is that a scalpel? We can go for 1 or 3, and while 1 has more cards behind it, 3 will let us clear more cards. And it actually lets us loop back to the 1. So I feel pretty good about having chosen that. And then let's take the 0 so we can loop back for the 5 and 4. Oh dear. These are all 2s. Let's clear out the 2. I said that so we had a greater chance of hitting things. And we did. And now we have 1 single solitary 2 left, and under that is the Norn card. We're in luck. At the very last card, the one we needed came. Our soul searching is complete. The divination begins. Leon wants to know if his mom is going to send him good news or bad. And Soul Card has an answer. It'll be hard to interpret without more context. But Leon refuses. So here's our image. And what do we think it is? Well, it does look like a scalpel. A scalpel has cut open a wound. And it looks like the wound is dripping into a poison bottle. Now the scalpel, and I suppose there is a moon there. Who knows what that moon means? The scalpel could be an injury, but also the poison coming out could be good because it means the poison's being removed. But we don't have the context, so let's hedge our bets. We'll call it an omen that's both good and bad. Really lean in on that cryptic, mysterious fortune teller image. We see a knife and a wound with stitches and a moon. Which Leon says fits with what happened. Not that we know, of course. How could we? His cousin was always called Moonchild. Perhaps his cousin had surgery. It appears his cousin did. Leon wants to know how the surgery went. We've gone from asking, is it good news or bad news, to just outright, what's the results? Well, it looks like they got the poison out, so I am going to say it was a success. How do we figure? Well, the scalpel withdraws from the wound. The wound is definitely bleeding and it's not being bandaged, so I suppose we don't really have a choice here. But we can't forget the poison. Was the scalpel poison? Is the poison spreading throughout the wound? It looks like... I would say the wound was treated but not the poison. Is the best interpretation I could give of this, at least. After all, there's no antidote. The poison's still there. But we got enough to surprise Leon. He's a kind soul. Says sorry for making us feel uncomfortable. But we're still getting the hang of it ourselves. After all, he is our first customer. Leon's got one more question. An answer would mean a lot to him. So what's the question? He needs to know if he's safe. He can't say what he means, but just wants the cards to tell him. I mean, we'd like to try. It's true that we don't know if we can read it correctly, though. Let's not give false hope. If he can give us a little more context, that would be nice. But no, we're going straight for it. Because Leon would like us to try. The ring has gotten bigger once again. We're now at 6. So let's start by climbing up. After all, if we grab the 0, we'll be stuck there. I was about to try and grab the 0 before remembering we're on 6 now. Those pesky changing solitaire rules. We always want to try and open as much as we can. But I don't want to leave this hanging for too long either, this leftmost column. Oh, now we're at all 3s again. Let's open the 2 cards. Bounce down here, grab a Norn card. Oh, this certainly is an image for am I safe in this house? We could grab the 1 and the 0, but we have 2 3s. And that would limit our options for what we can open. So I'm going to grab a 3 instead. And that let me actually clear out the other 3, which is always nice. Our second Norn card. There's a hand above the person now. Lets me bounce back and grab this 5. Let's go and clear out most of these. And our last. Oh, now there's a flower going through the hand. Our soul searching is complete. The divination begins. Am I safe here? Is what Leon wants to know. And we see a person. But is the person caught between 2 forces? Are they in danger? Or are they being protected? To me, this one looks like a person caught between the force of the water below and the hand from above. They are standing on the roof of a building. with dark, opaque waters raging below. A sun with 8 beams burns down on them. It looks like that one struck a chord with Leon. They don't know if they should jump or stay. Do they want to stay on the roof? Are they considering braving the torrent? Well, I suppose all of these are true if we say they don't know whether to jump or stay. After all, they do have 1 foot off the building. Does the light of the sun reach them no matter what they do? No, because there's something in between. A huge hand. Does it protect the person from the sun's light? Does it stand between the person and the sun's beams? Or does it protect them, but only a little? Well, I feel like it's blocking the sunbeams fairly well. The problem is just that there's this thorny flower. I suppose it's probably a rose. But there's a thorny flower coming through. If Leon's the person, the water isn't the enemy. It's the sun. Well, we didn't call it the hand of faith. Leon did. But the hand certainly is shielding the person. Are we not going to tell Leon about the flower, though? Apparently we aren't. Are we allowed to enjoy happiness when we know there are less lucky people out there? Well, just like I think you shouldn't compare misfortune. You should probably make of your own fortune what you can. Enjoy your happiness while it's there. Leon seems to agree. Wait. Yes, you do still owe us. We've given you 3 divinations, Leon. He pays properly. And that evening, how did it feel doing 3 divinations? Kind of weird, honestly. Hard to be emotionally invested in it just yet. So let's go with weird. After all, it does feel strange to find out so much about other people's lives. And here's Rio. We did in fact send Rio to Buffalo's. Have some burgers for dinner, we said. Or rather, the card said. Did she like them? But something more important happened. She's been dreaming about becoming a ballerina ever since she was a child. Of course, her dream, our parents' nightmare. But that's not very encouraging. How could we forget? Our beloved little half-sister wants to become a ballerina. Oh, she'd already given up. There were 2 renowned schools nearby that she was checking out, but she never tried getting in. But she's at having dinner, and she sees the leading choreographers of both schools eating there, in the same place. In a town like this, it must be fate. She took chances and made a connection. Did she just audition right then and there? Everyone knows that drinking a little is when you let loose, let those feelings free. Really put your emotion into your dance, though. And she did excellent. They both offered her a spot in their prestigious schools. But now she has to decide. What is she uncertain about, though? Our cards predicted she would make it into those dance schools. And now Rio is all in on the power of our cards. So her question isn't, should I give up everything to become a dancer? It's, which school should I join when I give up everything to become a dancer? She has been completely and totally convinced. Is she sure she wants our cards to decide which school she goes to, though? Her choices are the Juilliard School of Dance, a very reputable private school. Some of her favorite dancers were trained there. It's really expensive, but it's supposed to be a really good school. The other one is Sun Arts High School. It's a public school. Not bad, but she couldn't find out much about it. Even though the leading choreographer, they have a leading choreographer rather. And at least it wouldn't be too expensive for a high schooler. So we asked the great cards, should our beloved half-sister Rio Go to Juilliard or Sun Arts? The cards have decided it's a trickier question. We're now up to 7. Can't even click on anything to start. Let's open up everything. As the numbers go higher, movement options get lower. Let's grab that Norn card first. Oh, that looks kind of violent. We're hitting the 7s now. We could go up and then back down, or we could just go up. So let's do that, shall we? Add our second Norn card. And it looks like we can keep going up. But let's actually start going back down. Instead of going up to 6 as our last card, let's head back down to 4. Because we have some smaller number cards open. And this 3 helps us solve that issue of how are we going to get back here. We've got 2 1s, so let's use one of them and start heading down with the 7. And then let's open up this one. We've got on our last Norn card, and our soul searching's completed before we even finish the layout. That is a very violent image. The soul card is complete. The divination begins. Rio's question was, which ballet school is the better fit for her? Juilliard or Sun Arts? The soul card has an answer, but still encoded. Do we see 2 animals? Well, we see them both, honestly. There's a lion and an eagle, but they're very clearly fighting. So I see a battle. Oh, it's an owl. A lion and an owl. And those animals just happen to be in the crests of the 2 schools. The lion is in the crest of Juilliard, and the owl is Sun Arts. Now how do we choose to read this? Does the soul card sense her inner conflict? Or is it that only one school offers good training? Let's say the soul card senses her inner conflict. Now who's winning? The lion is pushing down the owl. The owl is fighting back. And it looks like the owl has actually cut off the lion's legs. So I would say the owl has probably badly wounded the lion. But on closer inspection, does the lion win? Does the owl win? The owl looks pretty unharmed. No injuries. Let's say the owl wins. It's not like this decides our future or anything. It totally does. And so Riona has decided that she'll be making her way to Sun Arts. She's very excited about it. Our parents probably won't be happy, but we are. Riona has one last question. Anything for our little half-sister. Rio needs money, and we can't loan it to her. Sun Arts, the public school, isn't as ridiculously expensive as Juilliard is. But she'll still have to take out a substantial loan. Rio would rather not. But if she's going to have to, she may as well know how the loan will affect her future. Very intelligent child, Rio. She could work as a cashier for a few more years and save up. But she wants to try for these schools now. But not if it means she'll be in debt until the end of her days. We'll ask cards that, but not today. Today has come to an end. And so has this demo. Rio would have loved to find out what happens next. Maybe in the release version. They hope the cards are in their favor. Look at this cozy game dev cat. And of course, these dev pictures. And that was the Soulitaire demo. It has no release date listed yet, but it has a fairly well laid out, well thought out game concept. And I think this demo serves as a very good proof of concept. Would definitely like to see more of how your choices in reading can change and affect the characters' lives. But that's something for the release version, isn't it? For now, though, that's it for Soulitaire, and that's it for this video. Have a great time. We'll see you next time.